Let's start off with something we did not anticipate that we'd be starting the show off with. We thought we'd start with Michigan, Oklahoma. Not so fast. We're starting with Billy Napier, Florida at home in the Swamp, game 2. They didn't look great week 1, but you know what? Quarterback was injured all offseason. He had to get the rust knocked off. That's what we were saying. That's what a lot of people were saying. USF's good. They whooped up on Boise State, but they can't get it done in the Swamp. And they did. They take down Florida, and now the hot seat talk is back for Billy Napier. The schedule for Florida, as we know, is tough. Now, I was hearing people last night saying, is Florida even going to make a bowl game? They can't beat USF. Look at their schedule. Can they even make a bowl game? So now we've swung the pendulum to the other side when it comes to the Florida Gators. It was not what you wanted if you're a Gators fan, obviously. And we said this last week about USF. When you watch the tape versus Boise State, this was a team that played great defense, that was disciplined, that flew around, that tackled well, that had a very athletic, big, mobile quarterback. And Alex Golish and his offense, you knew it's going to be good. They're going to take completions and they're going to move the change. So, but still, at the end of the day, man, better athletes at Florida. So big time disappointment if you're Billy Napier after that loss.
Yeah. No, I don't think there's any question. You talk about shocking, the college football world. I mean, that was a big one that just sent, kind of waves. And it, like from Jump Street, these guys just looked really physical. We're not afraid. And then, take the lead in the second half and you're just looking like, are they going to do this? Like, is this really happening? And, I think what you brought up about the defense is so true. Like, they were bullying those guys. They were in the backfield. They were making, tackles for loss left and right. And, it wasn't that the offense looked bad for Florida, just couldn't get going. Yeah. It was just like, good thing here, then nothing else really.
They drive the length of the field, like the lack of consistent explosive plays. When you go against a good defense, you're going to stall out. I mean, you've been a part of a million of offenses. Like, you can move the ball between the 20s, but they just couldn't execute in the red zone. And that's what happens when you get to play 10 and 11 and 12.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's, there's part of that's a young quarterback figuring it out, but also like you got to help them. You got to get them in those situations. So it is kind of a group project here and you get an F and it's not good. And, the rumblings on Twitter, my goodness, it's just everywhere I look. And I'm not a Gator fan. I have nothing to do with the Gators, but it's all over my TL of get this guy out of here. We need somebody new. This is done. And that's tough in game 2. To have to deal with, because that's all he's going to hear everywhere he goes. That's all he's going to be asked about with the media and anytime he does anything. And he was post game and he says, I'm just focused on coaching my team, and that stinks. And like you said, this gauntlet coming up for these boys, if they don't figure it out, it could get ugly in a hurry. I mean, you're talking about playing number 5 at number 5 Miami, number 7 Texas, number 19 Texas A&M, a Mississippi State team that just beat a top 10 team at home versus Georgia, number 20 Mississippi, Tennessee, and then finishing the season with a freaking Florida State team that looks like they are all the way back.
I would say the one positive is this team.
Is Florida this year's FSU? That's the question. Like,
See,
are they winning?
I don't know about. I mean, because Florida at least has a quarterback. Florida State did not have a quarterback a year ago. I think.
Do they?
DJ Lagway is no DJU, so let's not go crazy here.
Listen, I know you got to defend your preseason list.
I do have to. And I thought DJ looked better. I thought he looked better from week 1 to week 2. He still missed some throws and opportunities. You're like, DJ, man, like I know you're better than that, and it's. And I don't want to say like I'm putting all the blame on him or I'm trying to defend him or whatever. He has to play better. If you're going to be the number 1 quarterback in the country, if you're going to be the superstar, I need you to play like a superstar. And he played good football, not elite football. And I need him to play elite football because he is an elite talent. But everywhere else was just good. I thought the running game was good for Florida. I thought Jaden Ball obviously is a beast. But the defense, no turnovers. The defense allowed Byron Brown to throw for 263 yards, allowed for USF to run for 128 yards and get 4.4 yards per carry. Like the defense did not play to what we needed and Florida fans needed to play to.
1 sack, hardly any tackles for loss.
No,
not moving
I just
the
thought like they got bullied the lines of scrimmage a lot. And
yeah.
There were some calls that I even was like, Florida at the end of half was driving. scored 2 touchdowns. One got called back from holding. The other one was an offensive pass interference, which was complete BS from the tight end. That should have been a touchdown. But like, you shouldn't have to say, oh, we lost a game against USF at home because a ref stole 7 points from us.
Yeah.
That should have never got to that point. So
Correct.
I get the frustration. I do think that Billy gets a little bit too cute sometimes with some of the play calls, with the motions and shifts and, this guy doing this and this guy doing that. And it's like, at the end of the day, when you're going against a team like USF, Billy, you are bigger, you are more physical,
Right.
you have
Right.
the superior athletes. Just play football. And I feel like that at times when you watch the Florida tape, there is a lack of trust that we have DJ, we have Eugene Wilson, we have Jaden Ball. Let's just line up and play. And I back this up 10, 15 years ago. When Alabama was elite, when Georgia, when we were rolling on offense, some of these elite offenses, we just lined up and said, you know what, our guys are better than your guys.
Correct.
We don't gotta be cute. Let's just play football, man. And I think Billy's kind of in that too cutesy mood at time, and that bit him in the butt yesterday throughout the ball game when he just did not trust his guys to go out there and make play. So the heat's turned up. There's no doubt about it. The heat was turned up a year ago when they got their butt waxed against Miami. They turned it around, had a really successful season. So now can you do it again? And I'll say this. I think they can. I think they have the guys. I think
Because
they have
of
the
DJ,
defense. I think
right?
they
Like,
have the quarterback.
He's
They
got
have
to
the
crank it up. That's what you think. Like, because of DJ, they can do that. He's just got to play to his potential.
He's got to play to his potential. And I think he did not play all offseason. It's week 2. I still believe in him. I still believe that Jaden Ball is one of the best running backs in the SEC. I still believe this offensive line can be really damn good. I think these receivers can be really good. I think there's too much good on this team. And if they can't get it done with what I would consider is the best roster Florida's had in quite some time, then yes, the decision has to be made. It is time to move on from Billy.
Right. Which sucks and we hate, but that's a part of football. And this is a big old business and everybody, and it's been that way for a long time, but it just feels like it's even more so now. And patience, super thin. There's not a lot of time because of the portal, because of the money, because of all these things floating around. You don't have time to just wait and to build and to be patient, right? Like it's instantaneous now. And if you don't deliver, that's a piece of it. But I will say, like you said, DJ's unbelievable prospect. They have the schedule. You flip it around, you win games, you're good. You're fine. You can take care of it yourself, this coaching staff and others there. And so, we'll see what happens there. Crazy game. Big shout out to USF there.
Yeah.
They've got a great schedule. They've got Miami next. Are they just, the Grim Reaper walking down playoff hopeful teams, mowing them down? We'll see. I'm sure that'll be a game we talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Because now it's ecstatic. And also, we'll talk about this later because it'll come out in a day or two. I think USF's in our top 15. I think they deserve that. I think they have the best resume.
Wow, we didn't even discuss this yet. You're going to throw them in there, but okay. We can
forcing you, putting your feet to the fire. These guys have the best wins in college football. So,
listen, I'm from Tampa. I love the hometown team doing their thing.
Right.
I ain't gonna bitch about it. It's my hometown team.